If you want to disengage the knife, which by the way, I do not recommend, all you do is open the door and take this part and swing it all the way down. Now the reason I don't disengage it when I'm serging is because if that knife is not there and your fabric drifts further than it would have cut it off, it will get involved with the loopers and actually stab your fabric, and that is not good for the serger. Just ask any person who repairs sergers. So always leave it engaged. That is my rule of thumb, because if you don't want to cut something off, just run the fabric right next to it. It's actually a great visual guide. But when we go from serging over to cover stitch, we do disengage the knife, because that is how everything needs to fit together. The knife needs to be out of the way, and that will swing on down. Now, did you notice you actually have another blade in your accessory box? Eventually, depends especially more with what you cut, what kind of fabric you're working on. If you work on a lot of fleece fabric that is man-made, satins, that type of thing, this knife is going to dull faster than if you work on natural fibers like cottons and linens. Here we have a spare blade, so all you'd have to do is actually go ahead and unscrew it, put the new one on, and then you will be back in business. And you'll kind of notice this, if your knife is kind of cutting but not cutting, kind of like scissors that are dull and they're kind of mashing through your fabric, that is time to do a new blade. If you find yourself having your machine serviced, you can say, you know what, it probably needs a new blade. My blade is right here, and they'd be happy to put that on for you. So you'll be able to go for quite a while with your current blade, unless, like I said, if you're doing like all fleece all the time, it will get dull because that polyester fibers dull scissors, rotary cutter blades, and serger knives quickly.